What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you are all having a wonderful weekend. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons to Call of Duty Vanguard, why you should get it, why you should hold off from purchasing it. I am testing the PC version, so if you're here and you play on console, some of the key points that I talk about will apply to you and some will not. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the campaign. The campaigns are always very short inside of Call of Duty. A lot of people don't even play them. Most people just buy the game so they can play multiplayer, but I enjoy all aspects of the game, so I'm going to talk about all of them. So for the campaign, it is very dynamic on how they tried to go about it. They tried to implement a loot style system where you have to kind of loot the dead bodies. You always have to loot crates to get extra ammunition and stuff like that. I feel like it's an unnecessary implement as far as gaming goes. You don't really need to do that inside of a Call of Duty game. Nobody likes that. That's my personal opinion on it. Now, I did not play last year's Call of Duty because I'm not really into the new, I guess you could say, like more modern fighting style. I'm into the more of World War type Call of Duty installments. So that's just my personal opinion. That's just what I like. So that's one of the reasons why I purchased this game. Now, you can get the base version for $60, but you can also get the deluxe version. I think it's for $100. You know, if you play all the Call of Duties, it's worth it. But if you didn't play Black Ops, it's really not worth it. Because this season, I think they call it the preseason, this season preseason pass or whatever. A lot of the rewards are for Black Ops. So, you know, is it really worth you to buy the preseason battle pass? Probably not inside of multiplayer. So that's why I purchased just the original version of this video game. Now, back to the campaign. Like I said, we have a looter style where you kind of have to search dead bodies and search for ammo, stuff like that. So the ammo economy is pretty scarce, excuse me. I don't really like that. You know, Call of Duty is more of an arcade style shooter, so Battlefield is a little bit more complex as the way it provides its gameplay. So all in all, that's going to be sort of a con for me. I'm always running out of ammunition. I do like that there's a little bit more of a stealth aspect, and as far as like, there are different characters inside of the campaign, and you kind of play between all of them, similar to Grand Theft Auto 5, where you can swap back and forth between characters. This happens a lot inside of the campaign for Vanguard, and I wouldn't say it's a pleasant welcome, but it does create character development when you're playing through the campaign, and I enjoyed that a lot. Each character has different stories that they tell, and it was just really good at how it was done. I thoroughly enjoyed Paulina's quest, and I also enjoyed Lucas. Now, traditionally, of course, with Call of Duty, you always, when you're playing a campaign, it sort of has that same feel to how the maps are for multiplayer. So if you play the campaign, you'll actually get a feel of what kind of maps you'll be facing or you'll be playing with inside of multiplayer. So that's sort of the setting of this game. That's why different maps take places in different areas, because all four or five characters have different I guess storylines of how they all came about to meet each other, and that's pretty much the basic way that I can say it without spoiling anything. Of course, I don't do spoilers on my channel, so there was some high points, there was some great points inside the campaign, especially like I said, Paulina's, because I love stealth, I love snipers, I love that type of stuff. So overall, that's a pro for me. If you enjoy playing campaigns, or if you haven't played any campaigns at all, I highly suggest that you play the campaign in this Call of Duty, because the worlds and everything that they have created with this game, especially the cinematics and everything, it was just beautiful. And at the end of it all, I could feel the tie between each character. So if you play multiplayer, a lot of the characters, or quote-unquote operators that you use, they're also inside of the campaign. So I feel like it's kind of a connection to actually play the campaign, especially when you start playing multiplayer and they have like a few cut scenes or some lines that they have, and you know, it makes sense when you play the campaign because you understand where they're coming from or what they're saying. But if you're just playing multiplayer, it's like, oh, why are you saying that? You're just saying a bunch of crap. Basically, that's how I thought of it first, because when I first played Call of Duty, I didn't play the campaign right away. I just jumped into multiplayer, And granted, I'm not good at multiplayer as I used to be because it's so much faster paced and the TTK is so high compared to Destiny. Destiny, you kind of plan out how you're going to play. Same thing with Battlefield. Call of Duty is straight up chaotic. But as far as the campaign goes, it's a pro for me. I don't really have too many cons. It was really well thought out. Everything that the developers were trying to accomplish with this campaign as far as cinematics and story development and character development, I really felt that relationship by the time I was done actually playing the story. So I definitely think it's worth it. I hope you guys jump in and actually try to play it. Now, as far as graphical settings, I'll talk about this really quickly. On campaign mode, you pretty much only have two options, low and high. Some things will have medium. For the most part, if you're running 20 series or better card, you're definitely just going to want to spec for high and, you know, obviously high texture qualities. The game is absolutely beautiful, and I was enabling DLSS. So if you do have a 30 series card, it would be in your best interest to use DLSS, but that's really a personal perspective. If you have a 10 series card, I'm sure the game plays just fine. You could still probably get maybe 60 frames per second if you're running high settings on a 1070 or better. But as far as multiplayer, really quick, multiplayer is definitely chaotic. I was running everything low except for texture settings, and then I was running DLSS on performance mode, and I was getting, if you see in my background video, I was getting probably 150, 200 on certain games. It really just depends on what video I end up posting, but I was playing around with them. At times I was running high, and at times I was running just image quality, and I feel like there was really no difference as far as image quality from low to high. As long as you had the texture quality up to high, the game was going to look good regardless. Now, this game does have ray tracing, but I don't even worry about using ray tracing. Like I said, multiplayer is absolutely chaotic, and you're not going to be paying attention to how the sun reflects off the water or puddles or anything like that. So in my opinion, you want to run everything low and then run texture settings on high, and from there you'll be good to go in that regard. One big thing on PC, I'm not sure if it's really affecting console too much, I was having a lot of trouble with on texture streaming. Make sure you turn that off. I don't know if it's a bug right now, but yeah, I turned mine off. I was having terrible packet loss, terrible packet burst. Those are my biggest cons right now. There's a lot of bugs inside of multiplayer, especially with crossplay. Sometimes I could play crossplay, sometimes I could not. I was just having high latency, so many issues with packet loss, packet burst, and everything. I was testing my internet, rebooting my router, and you know, I am running hardwire, but I have a router set up in my laundry room. But anyway, that's besides the point. I have it hardwired into the wall, but I was getting high latency, and then other times I play crossplay and I wouldn't have any issues. Now, to combat that, the biggest thing that I can tell you to do is go ahead and turn crossplay off if you are experiencing that. It seems like crossplay in general on PC is just causing major issues with the connection. I don't know what it is about it, but that's one of my cons. They definitely need to get that checked if they plan to keep this game as a crossplay style game. Now, Destiny or other games that have crossplay, I don't have any issues. So I'm thinking it's more of a network issue. At first, I thought it may be my graphics card. I might have issues with it because I was stuttering real bad. It dropped like 14 frames per second. But then I'd hop on Destiny or Red Dead Redemption, no trouble. So, and most of my errors, I was getting exploration, packet loss, which is a loss of data, and then packet burst, which is just terrible. And that's all with crossplay on. So if you're having those issues and you're on PC, make sure you turn crossplay off. I know it sucks. You may have friends that's on PlayStation or Xbox and you want to play with them, but until they resolve this issue, I don't recommend it. Now, moving on. Now, another thing that's a con for me with multiplayer is at the end of a match, you kind of have like a little finisher style Mortal Kombat moves. I don't know what it is, what they call it with the operators. I guess it's kind of a way to animate and bypass time with the server. I don't really like them. I think a lot of people in chat don't really like them either, because when I have my headset on and I'm talking to other people, You can hear a lot of other people in the background just saying, what the hell is this? Why do we have this crap on here? So that's kind of economy. It really takes up time. You know, I want to get into another match. I don't want to watch my same, you know, like if you have 3 characters that are playing as Arthur, well, Arthur does the same finishing move to everybody. So you're watching it 3 times and you're like, what the hell is this? I don't want to watch this. And it gets kind of old, especially if you play this game a lot and you're playing for, you know, until next November when the next Call of Duty comes out. You're really going to be sick of seeing it. So it's kind of economy. I wish they were a little bit more creative on how they implement downtime for waiting for another game or going back to the main lobby. Another, I wouldn't say it's really a con, but if you don't play Call of Duty, it is very chaotic. If you decide to play this game for the first time, you will have a lot of trouble. This game is all about moving fast. And one of the best things I can tell you is, if you're playing on controller, you want to make sure that you have tactical sprint settings set to push up on your controller. Because if you do that, it'll allow you to tactical sprint just by moving forward. So on controller, I know you have to actually move forward and press down on that toggle. So if you just have it to move forward, you'll automatically run fast. And that's an easy trick to help you get around the map a little bit quicker. Like I said, Call of Duty is very chaotic, it's very fast paced. There really is no passive playing unless you're on a really big map. So be aware of that. If you decide to play this game, definitely move fast. That's the best advice I can really give you. Now, a lot of you have subscribed to me because I made a lot of Destiny videos. If you're trying to get better at Destiny, Call of Duty is the game for you. Call of Duty is so much faster paced. You have to react a lot quicker than on Destiny. On Destiny, you can kind of plan how you're going to move. Call of Duty does not give you that option. It's go big or go home. They have a lot of changes that they have made, so you have blitz pacing, tactical pacing, and that basically determines the number of players in a given lobby. So for example, blitz pacing, you know, on a big map will actually have around 24 versus 24 players. And I've played matches like that. It's very chaotic. You are running around like a chicken with its head cut off. There's nothing for you to hide behind. There's so many different opponents in those types of lobbies, and it is very, very fast paced. So you definitely don't want to sit around trying to figure out how you're going to plan to do something. You just won't have the time. If you take too long to react and you're hesitating all the time, you will die. You'll die immediately. As soon as you spawn in, you're dead. And that's just how this game operates. So Destiny is a little different. You can kind of plan how you're going to go, and you know, it's 6v6 all the time. Whereas Call of Duty, they have certain maps where it's tactical pacing, it's 4 versus 4 or 7 versus 7, or you're on shipment, for example, and there's 12 versus 12. It just depends on the pacing that's involved with the game mode and the map that you're on. So that's a key point. I like the change, but on some maps it can get chaotic. I was playing shipment earlier and there was like 20 of us just running around. That's a lot of people for one little map. Now moving on, another thing I want to talk about is weapon customization. Now, I don't know how weapon customization was back in the 1940s. It surely isn't quite like how it is inside of this game, because I feel like the weapon customization is basically similar to Modern Warfare. There's a lot of advanced looking attachments and stuff compared to, you know, that's not necessarily period correct like the 40s were. Do I like it? Of course, but it doesn't fit. So whether that's a pro or con for you, that's going to determine who you are as a person. If you really enjoy World War II and you're like, oh, this is crap, how does he have a scope like that and that paint job and he has nylon grips or something like that, you may be uninterested in this game because it's not 100% period correct. But if you're more of the futuristic type, or you're the younger millennial type player and you love a whole bunch of attachments, even if it's not period correct, you just want to run around, you want to have the best stuff, the best guns, the best looking guns, then of course, I mean, you might like the game. So whether that's a pro or con or not, it's really up to you. It's up to the person that's actually buying the game. So for me, if you're 40 years old, 50 years old, you may not like that World War II has a laser or a flashlight on it. a lot of different weapons, they just have different attachments on it. Like, you'd really have to play the game to actually see what I'm talking about. But some of the attachments I know are not period correct at all, and there's just tons of them. There's tons of different scopes that can go on all types of weapons, tons of different ammunition, different rounds, just all kinds of stuff. So you can really mix or match how you play the game. So it's a bonus if you're trying to really customize your weapon. Also, they did change around the perks. So every weapon gets a proficiency perk, as well as a regular standalone perk like Sleight of Hand. And the way you unlock those is different for every weapon. So obviously the most OP ones, so for example, they have a perk for a weapon called Deep Breathing. I don't need Deep Breathing on an SMG, but they'll have that as like one of the first perks that you unlock. But they'll have like Sleight of Hand way at the bottom. You have to be like a level 55 before you unlock it. And you know, Sleight of Hand gives you that faster reload, like super fast. I don't need Deep Breathing for an SMG. So, and it works vice versa. So like if you're using a sniper rifle, Deep Breathing will be unlocked at like rank 50 and Sleight of Hand will be up higher. That's just an example for me. Obviously I need Deep Breathing more for snipers. I don't need them for SMGs. That's just one of the quirky little things. I don't really understand that. I feel like you should just unlock those, let those just standardly be unlocked for all players to use at any time, so you can mix and match. Otherwise, you're sitting here playing with all different types of weapons. Now, also, while we're on that topic of weapons and upgrading, the operators all have their own favorite weapon that they like to play with. So if you play with that particular assault rifle for that particular operator, you'll get double XP for that weapon, and you'll also get double XP for that match. And you can also unlock other operators as soon as you get certain weapon kills. So like you can unlock Polina, for example, after you get 200 sniper kills. Now, weapons are a great thing inside this game. I enjoy that each operator gives you double XP, but obviously there are way more weapons in the game as operators. So like if you like the PPSH, one of the operators, that's not their favorite weapon, so you're not going to get double XP on that weapon, unfortunately. But other than that, I think it's a great game. I think a lot of people will definitely enjoy it. There's 20 multiplayer maps at launch, and also we're getting a new map for Warzone that comes out, I believe, December 8th. So that'll be a fresh change, and I can't wait to try that out and play it. Zombies, I'll talk about zombies for a second. Zombies sucks. If you like zombies, don't buy the game for zombies. It's very repetitive. The zombies are so squishy. I don't know if there's like an issue with them. They literally only take like 2 shots. It's nothing like any zombies experience I've ever played inside Call of Duty. I didn't even record gameplay of it because it sucks so bad. Now, if you're trying to buy Call of Duty because you want to play zombies, I definitely recommend Back 4 Blood or something like that. Don't buy Call of Duty for zombies. Other than that, it's a very strong title for the series. I think you should go pick it up, especially since it's the holiday season. The game will probably realistically be on sale, probably $55, maybe $52. That's probably as cheap as you'll get it for console anyways. PC, on the other hand, you can go on greenmangaming.com. Shout out to them. They could give you a code, and usually their games go on sale around Black Friday. I usually get a lot of their games, and I haven't had any trouble out of them, so definitely check them out. I remember a lot of games that I purchased, I could get brand new games that just released for like $43. So it's definitely worth it if you are on PC. Other than that, I want to thank you all so much for coming and watching. My next video will probably be about Far Cry 6. We're going to talk about benchmarks, and I'll probably have tips and tricks, and I'll probably do a treasure hunt series. That way I can have all the treasure maps, how you solve them. I'll probably do that. There probably won't be any commentary around it unless, well, some of the treasure maps are a little technical. But other than that, I may not have any too much commentary on those, because sometimes I get the blabbling, and I know. So I'm sorry for that. I will have more Destiny 2 videos though. Please bear with me on that. It's been a while since I played Destiny 2. Like I said with Call of Duty, if you suck at Destiny 2, go play Call of Duty. Because the other day I came from Destiny, Call of Duty. I went to play a match on Destiny 2, and I just killed it. Like, it felt so weird. and I immediately wanted to use the SMG, so I put on Titan with the Peacekeepers, and I was just running around killing everybody. So Call of Duty will definitely help you up your game as far as speed. So I definitely think you should go ahead and purchase it. I don't know if I'd say it's better than Far Cry 6. Those are two totally different games. I will say right now, Far Cry 6 is better. If you only got money to buy one game, Far Cry 6 is the game to get if you're looking to buy both. Because right now, Far Cry 6 is on sale for $40. So it's definitely a strong buy. You definitely want to pick that up right now if you can. But other than that, if you already got Far Cry 6 and you're trying to purchase another game, Call of Duty is where it's at. I want to thank you all for coming and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Thank you.